the extension, so the thrusting towards the golf ball as we make contact with the golf ball. And that causes this flippy action. It causes obviously the handle and club head to move towards the golf. Today we're looking at a great way to stop the early extension, to stop those hips, knees and feet thrusting towards the golf ball. When this happens, we get a lot of unwanted hand action and a lot of unwanted strikes. It can really cause us to hit those dreaded shank shots, heel shots, and make us very flippy through the golf ball and make us really inefficient with our hips and pelvis as we travel through impact. Today I'm going to share with you a great way of feeling how to move our knees and feet and hips correctly through that hitting zone to make you play better. Keep watching to learn how. So we're looking at today really the early extension, so the thrusting towards the golf ball as we make contact with the golf ball. And that causes this flippy action. It causes obviously the handle and club head to move towards the golf ball and even get this kind of high archy look through impact. Now sometimes the hands being high and arch will help the club head come back towards you, which stops you getting those shanky shots. But sometimes obviously if they get slightly high and the body's moving in the direction of the golf ball on the floor, it becomes really inefficient. If you imagine I went to throw this golf ball and tried to move my hips this way as I throw it, I won't generate too much power, and the only way I can get the ball to go straight, feels horrible that does, is to get that flippy kind of action with my wrists. So there's lots of like extension with the wrists. It's the only way I can get that golf ball to go in the direction of the target. So if we do that when we swing a golf club, that very same thing is going to happen. If when I'm aiming at this target here and I swing down and my linear force goes towards my toes too much, my knees go forward, my hips go forward, and we extend this way, the only thing that can happen to get the ball on target is this flippy action, or I try and find a way of cutting across the golf ball to compensate. That's going to give us all sorts of inconsistency in terms of direction of the shots, trajectory of the shots, distance of the shots, and contact. So really what I want to give you today is a way of feeling how to move our pelvis and hips and feet through the golf ball in a real efficient way to give you space, to allow these hands to work through the golf ball correctly. That's it. So we're going to take a basket. So if you go onto any golf range, you'll see a basket. We're going to stand in the basket so it gets roughly to our kind of first lace. We're going to take our step to the golf ball. You can move the basket around to be in the same direction as you stood. Then in the downswing, we're going to try and feel like we roll this basket to get our foot to supinate towards target. When we do a pour action, our shin will start to make contact with the basket, and that's not too pleasant. That's a bit of a painful experience. We do not want that. So we'll be able to feel that straight away if we're doing the wrong action. So we can stand into the basket, you can stand into it a little bit further if you want to make it a little bit harder. Make lots of practice swings initially. Make sure your shin does not make contact with the golf ball. So when we've got a foot in the basket, the key is what we try and do is get our foot, trail foot to pronate and a lead foot to supinate. So it gets our linear force going much more parallel to where we want to go. So that creates space, room, time to get these hands to be able to work on the correct hand path and be able to create some kind of pressure on the golf ball. They haven't got to flip to hit the ball straight. They can now get the handle going forward, and we can add some rotation to get that club face squaring up if we need to. But it gives us a space, time and opportunity and creates a much more opening of the pelvis and depth to the pelvis through the hitting zone, which gives us space and time to get the shaft at the right angle, but also not have to use our hands or compromise that strike so much. It does all that for us. What I'd advise you do is start with some practice swings. Take your step to the golf ball, place the basket, so it covers one or two laces on your shoes, depending on the shoe design you have. And if we do it incorrectly, ooh, that hurts your shin. So you won't want to do it incorrectly more than once, trust me. So doing it correctly, we get no contact with that basket at all. If you want to make it easier, just obviously have it covering less of your shoe. Make it harder, you can do that, but there is going to be some forward movement of the shin for sure, but not a lot. We definitely want to feel the feet kind of rotate and then raise is what I'd call it, rather than kind of raise then rotate. If your feet get quite flat-footed from doing this exercise, that's not such a bad thing, especially for a short iron. We definitely want to feel like the hips are active and the feet can be a little bit more passive, but the feet will be working ideally. Let's try a shot. So we're going to try and take our aim as pretty much normal. I'm going to try and make a swing here, and obviously not break my shin is the key thing. So definitely a weird sensation, felt different, felt a little bit more restrictive. When you hit more balls from me doing this in the past, it gets easier and easier and easier per 4 or 5 shots. And again, as I say a lot of times in my videos, we want this to just influence what we naturally do, and then let the natural swing be what we use when we play. But certainly we could do on the golf course, we could have a practice swing, imagine we're in that basket, and then go ahead and hit the ball with the same kind of sensations in our feet, hips, shins, to make the contact that we want and the shots we want, and get that club face working a lot more passively, still rotating, but not flippy through the golf ball.